See 'em? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Hey, and welcome to Red State Update. My name's Jackie Brawls.
My name is Dunlap. I'm going to run laps. I got a musical burger because the bun slaps.
Why?
Don't make no sense. It's not good. Scratch that. You know what? I don't want nobody here. Let's just start all over because I don't want my friends to hear that.
All right. Yeah. You want me to do the first part?
Yeah, we'll just clip it off at the when we do our extensive editing.
Hey, welcome to Red State Update. My name's Jackie Brawls.
My name is Dunlap. When I come around, everybody knows the boom bap gonna make a sound because I'm walking with the.
What is wrong with you?
I thought I could pull it out this time.
Pull what?
People say that the most important part of a podcast is right at the very beginning, especially now that people go, Siri, play Red State Update or whatever. Siri, play a random podcast for me that I can judge within the first 20 seconds and tell if I want to listen to it anymore. And people need to know right off the bat what you're about, who you are, what you're selling. So I've got to make sure my freestyle raps are perfect when I lead off the show with them. So maybe just let's start it up. Let's start it over again. Let me give me one more chance, because what I don't want people to think is that, okay, this show is hosted by an old man with an unpleasant voice and a freestyle rapper who he's not the worst I've ever heard. I'd say he's top 10, but he's not number one, and I want to be number one.
How does that have anything to do with it? You don't rap on here hardly ever at all.
Yeah, but it's cool to rap, and I'm cool, and I want people to put it together in their heads.
Well, I wouldn't have known what it was you're doing if you hadn't said rap, because it didn't make any sense to me. I ain't starting again. That's it. Go back and fix that. However you got to do, cut it, whatever it is.
You know what? You're right. I'm going to go back to the lab and get my paper and pen, and I'll be ready for next week.
Huh? What? Lab?
Folks, welcome to the Red State Update podcast. My name is Dunlap the Man. This is my friend, Jackie the Old Man.
I said my name already 30 minutes ago.
When this pandemic took hold of our nation, Jackie, do you remember when Trump caused the pandemic? It started the disease.
We're still in it. What do you mean? It ain't over yet. I
thought, you know what I'm going to do until I'm taken is read. I'm going to read, catch up on all the good books. Did you read any of them Louis L'Amour books you like, Jackie? I know you like them Louis L'Amours.
I reread them because to me, I know there's a lot of books out there, but if I read a book and I like it, well, hell, I'll just hold on to this one because I know, I'll go back and read it again.
Do they get better that way, or?
Well, I forget them sometimes, and then, after so many years, it's like reading a new one anyway,
That's a big part of it. I forget things. The way TV used to be, you watch a show like, hell, I don't know, The Nanny, and be like, I don't know if I've seen this or not. It's new to me. But you can't do that with a lot of shows because you got to keep up with them now. I don't remember fucking Baron Zemo. What the hell? I'm on my phone half the time. I'm like, he did what? Did he have a mask before? How the hell am I supposed to remember that? Listen, my brain is mostly took up with that kind of stuff.
What is it?
And it's exhausting. So you can't rewatch the Winter Soldier and Falcon because you done forgot everything before you even started watching it the first time. Does that make any sense?
What is it?
The Falcon.
No, I watched the King Kong and saw that, and
oh, that's a good one because you don't have to know nothing. I mean, you kind of, the only reason you need to know anything about King Kong Godzilla is if you knew that there were 3 movies before it, or like 100 if you count all of them. And then you think, oh, am I supposed to know something about this? But if you go into it and just be like, no, nothing matters, then you don't have to worry about it. You need to check with somebody who keeps up. Like, there should be a YouTube explainer, but instead of being 40 minutes long, it's just like, you don't have to know anything to watch King Kong. That's it. It's done. And then you watch it and you're like, this is nice. I didn't have to remember nothing. I don't know who Peggy Carter's niece is now.
You just watch them beat the hell out of one another, and all it is,
That lizard and that monkey.
He won, too. He won.
Who won?
The Godzilla did.
Yeah, but King Kong just needed he needed a comeback. He needed another match. He needs to come back a second one, and he'll have been training.
Now he got the defib. What do you call it when you have a heart attack? Whatever. If they hadn't have done that, he'd have laid there dead the rest of the movie.
You just give it all away.
Well, how you give it King Kong versus Godzilla versus King Kong?
You gave it away the only way you can give away. You said which one of them won.
Oh.
There's no other way to give it away.
Well, either way you look at it, they're beating the hell out of each other. You don't know up till the end, till he's dead. It's still worth saying.
I did forget that there was a defibrillator. Use of a defibrillator.
It's a spaceship defibrillator. They put it right on his heart and juiced it up.
That's better than them having like a giant ambulance with 2 King Kong EMTs roll up.
No, that'd be better because then you got more monsters. You got more gorillas or whatever, monkeys, lizards, whatever it is.
This deafening siren, like, oh shit! Here comes the Kong-bulance.
They should have learned by now, though, because he dies at the end of every damn one of them. Why is that surprising to anybody? What's a King Kong movie where he don't die? Now this one at least bring him back to life. First King Kong dead. They made a 7 is dead. He always winds up dead. That ain't giving nothing away.
The ambulance should be shaped like a banana.
What?
Come scurrying around the corner. They have to sign language clear. Then they just go back to the King Kong hospital, smoking, taking a break, sitting on a bench, smoking outside. Hey, why? So if they make another one, is it just going to be a bunch of King Kongs in? Because it looked like King Kong had a family and one that knew how to build chairs and windows.
Yeah, that whole setup in the movie, you worried about the little girl if she was lying to him or not, saying, go in that hole, there's more of you in there. And she didn't know, nobody knew nothing. But sure enough, I guess that's what it was. Talk to him in sign language, That was a surprise to that one woman. She said, you don't, all this time you've been talking to him in sign language? Well, if you, a scientist studying a giant monkey, which I guess it was, you didn't ever see him. You didn't know what that was sign language? You had to see him doing something with his hands at some point in time. He can't hide. He's bigger than, everything.
Normally you'd say big as King Kong, but he is King Kong.
He's bigger than the old King Kong. He's bigger than all of them. This new one is.
Man, they just demolishing cities, too. They don't care. See, that's the thing in Marvel, too. You got to be like, oh, the Sokovia, whatever. Oh, hell yeah, that building.
A monster movie. Look, a monster movie. I at least expect buildings to get demolished. I go to my Superman movies for that. Godzilla likes tearing stuff up. That's what he does. I pretty much know what he's going. Sometimes he's good, sometimes he's bad, but he's gonna tear something up.
And they just throwing each other around, folks. We're gonna get to the news in a moment. Just throwing each other around on those buildings and roads and little lampposts. You think, oh, that don't hurt them because they a giant monkey or whatever, a Godzilla lizard. But that would hurt. Imagine somebody throwing you around, first of all, naked. On a train set or a bunch of damn Legos. What if you went to fucking Legoland or whatever and just jumped on a giant statue of a frog or something? Like, it would hurt. Just rolling around on pieces of things. Like lampposts, they would stick in him, I bet. After he got brought back to life, I bet he went home and was picking lampposts out of his.
Hell, he's picking bullets. They shoot him half the time. They don't feel good to him.
Yeah, bullets are littler than lampposts.
Little tiny, but that bothers them. They don't like it.
You fall into a building, there's girders. Them girders, they stick in you. People don't think about that. They don't think about it.
Oh, he got tough hide. Both of them do.
Can they make TV shows out of movies? Falcon, Scarlet Witch, whatever Justice League is, they give you a whole show about it instead. What are they going to do? One from Suicide Squad about Man and Suicide, John Cena and Suicide Squad. He get a TV show. Could they make a monkey lizard show?
I'd watch it. Yeah.
But what they do every week? They just fight again?
Yeah. Why not? Well, I guess
the Odd Couple did it.
Now I think about it, it's a waste of money because the same with my Louis L'Amour book. Next week, I ain't going to remember what all happened. I think I'd remember the defibrillator part, but other than that, it's like, oh, they beat the hell out of each other in that one. I did watch that over and over again. Because really, they can't do much more than that. I don't want them to do anything else than that. I don't want, what are they going to do next? They beat the hell out of each other. That's all I want to see them do.
I didn't mind none of the humans in it, but if you had just had the 3 fights with King Kong, Godzilla, and then any other monsters they might have fought, and in between those, I don't know what you do. I don't care really. Like commercial, just show King Kong laying on the ground, like breathing hard and resting.
Yeah,
that'd be fine. I mean, it would not be just as good as like whatever Kyle Chandler had to do. Like, why not just show King Kong resting? I mean, people like to look at King Kong. They like to see him fight, but if he's just laying up against, a demolished city block, just breathing hard, and then you just kind of stare at it, look at your phone, go bathroom, come back. He's feeling a little better, I think. 15 minutes later, he gets up. Here comes Godzilla again. And you don't need Stranger Things in it.
I like watching an animal do anything. If he's sitting there resting, that's fine. He's going to get up and beat the hell out of him later, yeah.
So, thanks for tuning in, everybody. We appreciate you listening to us. We know there's other podcasts that talk about monkeys. Oh, should we? I guess we should. Let's just run through this real fast, Jackie. First of all, talking about revisiting old friends that we may have completely forgot about. John Boehner has a book coming out. Is it out already? That's why I brought up the whole thing about reading. Yeah, let's see. That and also ties into forgetfulness. I thought I was going to read more during this pandemic, but I didn't read nothing. But this John Boehner book, with the John Boehner book coming out, I'm also not going to read that. But I do enjoy him telling Ted Cruz to go fuck himself.
All right, watch it. I mean, it probably be worth listening. You don't want to read it, but just you could skip to that part, which I guess from what they're saying, there's a bunch of them in there. You listen to him to say all of, the filth. Filth is always sold, always has. That's what people like. They want you to cuss. People want you to cuss.
Ted Cruz, and go fuck yourself.
All right, don't. Just because he does it, don't necessarily mean it's okay to do it.
Now, look, we know he's terrible. He set the stage for all of these terrible people. It was in a long line of terrible people before him, terrible people after him. I am sorry. I have to take my amusement where I can. Him telling Ted Cruz to go fuck himself, and the idea of a John Boehner, like if you take the terrible things, oh man, and I know everybody's going to write and tell me every terrible thing John Boehner did, and I know. Him sitting there in a coral shirt that reeks to high heaven. Like you can't tell where the alcohol starts and the aftershave ends because it's all covered in cigarette smell anyway.
He ain't been in like a tanning bed. He's dark from living in smoke. And brown from a liquor too.
If you power washed him, he'd be pale as a ghost.
Yeah. You know what you said about him. I can't believe I'm saying the same thing. You know, Liz Cheney, terrible person. Oh, she's all right. She's okay. She voted to impeach him for, having a sedition against the state capital. Good. The capital of the United States. Good for her. Yeah. At least she didn't have to cuss to do it. I'll give her that. She didn't have to do no cussing like Boehner did.
I don't even know how anti-Trump Boehner was. I don't know how anti-insurrection. Oh, good. They'll go waving their flagpoles around. I don't care. If I believe in freedom, and they were standing in their way. Fuck Ted Cruz. So I just feel like when he says fuck Ted Cruz, that means he's, closer to our side. That doesn't matter. To a lot of people, it doesn't matter. Joe Manchin is living in first of all, the Boehner era was not a magical era. That's when they were really fucking Obama up. That was a terrible time. And he presided over it. But I think he's friends with Obama, so I don't know. Maybe
they made little funny videos together. Can you imagine?
They made little funny. They collabed.
Anybody, because Biden's going to be. That's the first thing he's ready to do. Make a funny little video. That's what he does. One of the things he does. So he's looking forward to that. He's going to bring that back, and I guarantee you, won't one Republican be in it? Romney, maybe, but he'd have to be doing something, pretty mean to him or something.
Hey, put this hat on. Put this hat on. They'd have to get. He can't even get Manchin be in a video with.
No.
If the Republicans don't want to do it, he should ask one of our Republican friends. I don't know how Manchin talks. Probably like this. Hey, I'm Joe Manchin.
Hey.
I'm going to ruin everything. Did he not see the people run over the damn...
That's what he says, why he's doing what he's doing. That's exactly... He said, ever since we got to put the pause button down, whatever it is. After what I saw on the 6th and what happened here, I thought I'd never see that in my country. We've got to.
That's what they're trying to get you to do, is to pause. That was all about pausing. That was a pause button. A murderous, traitorous, white nationalist pause button.
Well, bless his heart, he wants the world to come together. Not the world, just this country, but
I like people getting along. I do. I like people fighting. I like monkeys and lizards fighting. But I like people getting along. I'm a child of divorce. I understand that I have a need to ease conflict. But what does he do? I don't think he gives a shit. What does he want? I don't understand what his goal is. There's no Republican who wants to do anything except fuck Democrats up. Fuck up the agenda, fuck the whole thing up. So what's he going to get them to cooperate on? What? He's living in a fantasy world. I'm Joe Manchin fantasy. Fantasy.
Nobody wants to live in Joe Manchin fantasy, but Joe Manchin, I guarantee you that right now.
It's all part of my Joe Manchin fantasy. I don't know how that song goes. I started singing it. It's like, I don't really know how it. First of all, I couldn't be hard even if I knew it 100%. to convey it to the listeners. But as I was just, I don't even know how does that go? You know, rock and roll fantasy, Jackie?
No.
I don't even know who sings it. Is it Foreigner? What if you come out with a rock group now named it Foreigner?
Wouldn't go over it. Yeah.
I don't think it'd go over. You'd be like, no, we're pro Foreigner.
You wouldn't be. It wouldn't go over to the people you wanted.
No.
Would listen to you. Yeah.
No, and I think even if you played like a MAGA rally, people would come with stuff to throw at you. Well, it's a good thing everybody in the band Foreigner is long dead. So the infrastructure bill probably not doing great. I don't know. Marsha Blackburn's putting things up on Twitter like, oh, they won't give billions for elder care. And then the DNC is just stealing her graphics and say, yeah. So she's working out great. The thing is, she is working out great. People see that. Nobody gives a shit. That does everything. That gives everybody what they want. I don't know who we think we're convincing. I don't know who Joe Manchin thinks he's going to win over. Nothing anybody does. Nobody gives a shit about nothing anybody does. It's like you're wearing, I got this cool new T-shirt at Walmart. I'm going to wear it to 4th grade tomorrow. And then Cindy's really going to like me. Cindy ain't going to notice your fucking T-shirt.
All right.
She likes Teddy. And Teddy don't give a shit about Cindy. Everybody's looking at different shit. We're fucked.
All right.
I'm glad you like your dumb T-shirt, asshole. The Senate parliamentarian. Did we ever talk about the Senate parliamentarian? I don't.
One day he solved all the problems. The next day it has it. I don't. Yeah.
What do they just sit in a room and you have to go? They have a law book like something from Hogwarts that opens itself. I think you'll find what you're looking for here. And then they read it. They have to get their glasses out. Everybody, like a Republican over here, like they ran up all these stairs. They're out of breath. The Democrat over here, what's the answer? Like, hold on. And they have to put their glasses on, and it takes forever. They slipped out of pick it up, read the magic book. I'll allow it. Like, what? I don't understand. Do they have it? Is it like when they choose a new pope, like black smoke goes up and like, yeah, well, she's thinking about it. Or do they know right away? It's like, no. Anyway, Senate parliamentarian. Man, this is for people who never thought they'd have any power. Joe Manchin, Senate parliamentarian. John Boehner. It's really
their time to shine. Yeah.
It's their time to shine. Matt Gaetz.
He ain't doing any shining. Now, something happened today. We were trying to do this earlier, and, things happened, technical issue. I think we're working good here, but you wait a day, see what happened. Matt Gaetz the day before. Now, yesterday I said, well, hell, he's raising money off of it. Don't nobody give it. I didn't do that. They accused Trump of doing horrible, horrible things. Same, it don't go nowhere. He'll raise money unless they have a crime on him, unless he goes to jail or they prosecute him in some way. Ain't nobody going to care. But this fella, his buddy today that they're looking into, look like he gonna squeal.
Who would have thought that people would turn on Matt Gaetz?
The only two Republicans that are wishing you well and saying decent things about you is Jim Jordan and well, I don't want to. What's your name? Green. Something ain't right.
Trump said this was Trump's defense of Gaetz. He has totally denied the accusations against him. And that's it. If you want no more.
He didn't ask you for a pardon. They said he didn't ask you for no pardon.
That's what Trump said.
Yeah.
But I would imagine everybody in the Trump White House at one time or another hinted about a pardon because they knew that they were like, this could all go. We could all be in jail at any moment. Maybe y'all just pardon everybody.
Matt Gaetz is further down on the trough on that one, but yeah, there ain't one of them that didn't ask him at least, hint about it at one time
just
or another.
Working in the White House under Trump, probably there were crimes. So the best thing that Trump could have done for his people is just like Wonder Woman 2, Mandalorian gets up there and just like sends a pardon out over the airwaves to everybody. Now you're going to pardon some Democrats that way too. Hunter Biden probably going to get swept up in it. I guess he could say, I pardon everybody except Hunter Biden. And then you could have moved on with your life. Of course, I don't know if Matt Gaetz, well, you just should pardon everybody for everything. No reason. Yeah, here's the headline. Gaetz associate likely to strike plea deal with prosecutors in sex trafficking case. Sex trafficking case, Gaetz, those words in the headline together, you would think that they would cause you problems. But nowadays, who knows, Jackie? You're absolutely right. There's something about Trump that and the political climate and the way people fucking are that let him get away with a bunch of shit. And there's a magic. I mean, a asshole magic. I mean, magic's not a compliment. There's lots of evil magic people. The devil, for one.
Yeah.
I don't know what Lil Nas X sees in him, honestly. So, bad magic, Trump. It's hard to tell which of the people around him have that bad magic that will let them get away with things. Hopefully, none of them. Pompeo does not seem to have Trump bad magic. Now he's going to go on Fox News and talk at you for 2 years so everybody will vote for him for president, which is not going to happen, right?
No.
Right?
No, not Pompeo. Come on.
Pence has a book out.
Who gives
book
a
coming
damn?
out.
There won't be no cussing in that one. You ain't going to enjoy nothing about Pence's book, I tell you right now.
No.
If he wanted to sell some, though, he should be doing he should be watching, because there's a lot of people that would never in any way purchase a John Boehner book. He said, I know how to do it. And sure enough, he going to sell at least a few more thousand for getting on there and cussing.
That's true. He's smart. He
does
smart. Know how to do that. I don't think Pence... I'd be like, well, if the Bible's too exciting for you, try my book. Nobody wants to read Pence's book.
No.
He's not going to be president. Matt Gaetz, sex trafficker, high school parking lot hanger-outer, giant-haired. Maybe he's so terrible and his crimes are so awful and he's such a piece of shit. Just a rich kid who did everything he could, made all the wrong choices, went down all the worst paths. It's possible. That may be what America likes now.
But look who they elected president. He got a few years on him, but what's the damn difference?
So he'll either go to jail or he'll be president. That's my prediction.
Well, he's hosting. What is it? If it's for Mar-a-Lago, the women of Mar-a-Lago, what is it that he's going? He's raising money. I mean, they're coming after me.
He's appearing at a women for what's it called? It's the Women for America First.
Oh, wow.
Which sounds like you hear, Gaetz is at it sounds like a Johnny Carson joke. Yeah, he's going to the Jay Leno, like, I went down to the women for the women group. Huh? Like, it should be a girl group or whatever, just terrible. But it's even worse than that. It sounds like it's just some like Mar-a-Lago groupies. It's a little sexist. It's a little gross. That's the thing. You're like, this is funny, but it's not funny because it's actual people that he hurt. Usually when somebody gets caught doing something awful and there's victims, you're like, oh, this isn't funny, but it's kind of funny because they got caught. Here, you don't even know if he got caught. I mean, he got caught, but is he going to get punished? Is anybody going to believe him? Is he going to go to these group, the Women for America First, are organized the rally, the insurrection rally. More of an insurrection than a rally. I don't know if we need to keep calling it a rally. There's an article, all these stops along the way to the rally where all these people were like pledging violence. Like Rand Paul's going to be there, Louis Gohmert, Marjorie Taylor Greene. These are the people that's going to be there. And Matt Gaetz. What's he going to say? Is he going to talk about how he likes to buy teenage girls dinner? It might go over. I don't know.
Buy some drugs too, evidently.
Is he going to say he was undercover? Waiting for, so tell me about all the Democrats that have dated you. There's a BuzzFeed article on this MAGA bus tour. It's called How the Women for America First bus tour led to the Capitol coup attempt. And they're just going around the country, and everywhere they went, people were threatening violence. Here's a guy saying he's going to put a Glock on the forehead of people who try to give his kids vaccines. And then he says, I don't want to do that, guys. I'm not inciting violence. What I am inciting is resolve. What's the good of having a bunch of guns floating around the country, everybody having guns, if you can't threaten people with them?
That's the whole point. I think on the last one of these we said there'll probably be so many, and he said, I wasn't saying it to be funny, but there obviously was a shooting, and, people are getting out. There've been 2 or maybe 3 since we last talked to y'all last week, I think, or something like that. The people been cooped up, been planning. Can you imagine? You sitting there planning to kill people, worked on it for Lord knows how long, whether you watched a movie, play a video game, whatever you did, got all the guns, bought them on the computer, had them there ready to go, and then all of a sudden COVID. That's a year you wait. They are going to get, and of course, if things ain't necessarily getting, better, real better right now, COVID may be, we don't know if, what the hell's going on with it, really? But I guess it's going down. People are, they're getting out and shooting. Biden going to sign some, executive orders, executive privilege, whatever it is. I don't know what it is. Ghost gun. I can't keep up with how many guns are now. Ghost gun. I used to like guns years ago. Like I said, I said my solve the gun problem is take away all these weapons of war begun to kill, hundreds of people real fast. Everybody get a pistol, everybody get a shotgun. That's what I thought. But now after this insurrection, everything else, there are people I don't want to have guns. Of course, people I don't want to have guns probably have every kind ever made somewhere underneath the house or wherever.
I think people actually said that, Jackie. I think somebody actually said that. I don't remember who it was. I think somebody floated that everybody in America should get a gun, shotgun or a pistol or something. There's really no need for us anymore, Jackie. The country's outgrown us. Or what's the opposite of outgrowing when you go backwards, when you Benjamin Button?
Benjamin Button. Oh, yeah. Funny. Yeah. That's funny. They wish they'd make more movie like that, I like real old little bitty.
That's my favorite.
Me too, yeah.
Alan Jackson song.
Oh, yeah.
Georgia. Have we even talked about this? It's been a little while since we.
They're making laws. So, we talk about it all the time. They're passing laws.
Oh, yeah.
To, keep people from voting. Yeah.
These are constant things guns.
Oh, yeah.
Keeping people from voting.
Yeah. We've talked about all these at one time or another.
Yeah,
how long we been doing this now? I lose track of it. But I'm going to say several times we've talked about.
Hell, we're a Louis L'Amour book now at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Except when you get to the sponsors and you got to remember, who's Shellback? I don't know. Georgia does not like big business anymore. I guess Republicans are against big business. McConnell told businesses to stay out of politics.
He said it was stupid.
Corporations.
He called them stupid. Yeah, when they get involved in politics, when big business gets involved in politics, they're just stupid.
And we haven't bought him off to do what we want. Can't do him good.
I think he even caught how dumb. I think he tried to walk some of that back, and he realized he put his foot in his mouth. Of course, he likes to put his foot in his mouth occasionally. I mean, I don't know of him doing much else than that.
I just like to imagine a bunch of damn Republicans having to drink fucking Pepsi like assholes.
Well, they said old Trump put his Coke behind the something. There'd only be taking a picture. Why was anybody taking a picture of him and Stephen Miller to begin with? What the hell? Why did he? Who? You guess what? It's a hell of a scoop. Guess what I got today? I got a great picture. Who wants to look at it?
I bet half the pictures people took of Stephen Miller was a bet to see if he actually showed up on the film.
Yeah. Well, he was trying to make your Coca-Cola not show up on the film. I'm telling you, I know he's like saying, what do you put out statements now, right? Like he did about Gaetz that really, and various things, whatever. Mainly, usually, along with the statements, he's just still saying that the election was stolen from him. That's primarily whatever the situation it is that he has to speak up on. He's going to bring that part up on it. But what's the point? You know what he said? He's just going to say the same thing. Going to be a broken record. Why you got to make another statement about it over and over again? As long as he ain't, in power anywhere, I don't really care. It's kind of, I like the fact that, they ain't got to tweet and twat all the time anymore.
It's so much nicer.
It is.
I mean, I know freedom of speech, but man, we could have done this 3-4 years ago.
I'm sure there's some people that would, listen to hear it, waiting to hear what he got to say or whatever, but most people going on, just going on with your life or whatnot. You ain't got to,
That's Louis L'Amour too, man. They just reading the same thing over and over again, just rereading the same damn thing. He done it. Fox News. I mean, every once in a while they hire a Pompeo or a Kayleigh McKaylee or a who else is going on over there? I mean, it's all the Trump.
When things look dire, especially most dire after the insurrection, but of course we're getting further and further away from that. And the further we get away, it seems like people just went there to shake their favorite politician's hand. That's all. We just went running down the hall. They got a little excited, did a little running down some halls. But
whooping, maybe they whooped in the halls. Whoop.
I mean, whooped it up. Yeah.
Whoop. There she goes. Get her. About half of Republican voters are starting to believe that the January 6th attack, and they're mulling it over. No, they believe that it was peaceful. Or it was Antifa.
Black Lives Matter snuck in there somehow. And
Tucker's saying it too.
But for a minute, it looked bad for all these people. All of them, like when she had to go say something, but she looked, I ain't saying she looked, but she looked bad like somebody who, just helped start an insurrection. That's what she looked like on her face. And now, well, they ain't gonna get ain't nobody gonna hire you, ruining your career by being with it. And that was people's opinion there for about 5 minutes. Every one of them got a job on Fox now. We're gonna hear each and every one of their opinions on this insurrection or school outing or whatever you want to call what it was. They all got something to say about it, and they're all getting paid to say whatever the hell it is they're gonna say about it on Fox News.
Folks, I don't want to depress you. We might be doing that. But right after it happened, it seemed like, oh, hell, they all scared. And then soon they started downplaying it. You're like, well, at least like the media we still realize the gravity of, these are people who get emails from the Republicans that say, if you uncheck this box, where we take money out of your checking account every month, we have to tell Trump you're a defector and sided with the Dems. Check this box and make it a monthly recurring donation. So they're doing that. They're checking that box while they're, being told that the insurrection was fine. It was no big deal. So why would they not believe that? They've believed everything. They've believed everything that they've told them this whole time. Trump, you standing up there. They don't care if it's a lie. They don't care. They don't care if it hurts them, and they don't care if their grandparents die. They don't care if their kids get shot up in a class. They don't care if, Trump takes $15 out of their checking account every month. They don't care as long as somebody. The important thing is what they get off on is somebody saying, no, that's not true, and then they get to go, it is too. That's all that's it. That's all that matters. That's what Manchin thinks he's gonna fix. How do you fix that?
Even Biden's wising up on that. Did you see what he said today? But you said you bipartisan. I said I'd try. I don't know if he said it like that. I was reading it, but that's what he said. Well, I said I'd try. I had him over. Did you see? I took pictures of him. I brought him over. You try to do something with him. Hell.
How many times am I supposed to try? I'm working with a finite number of days here, people.
Yeah.
I'm not going to bash my head against the fucking... I gave it a shot. I got giant dogs I want to go play with. They're ferocious. They're destructive. They're terrifying, and they're my friends. I want to go roll around in the yard with them while my hips still let me. So I'm not going to. I would like to leave this White House under my own power, still breathing. I don't want to be carried out of here by some idiot I knew from fucking Congress.
Hey,
I gotta, how many people have been donating to my campaigns to be a pallbearer? I don't want to have to choose. I want to go play with my dogs. I'm not going to talk to any of these idiots anymore. Joe Manchin, I don't understand what he thinks is happening. I do hope Biden just gets to play with. I hope he gets time, grow his hair out like LBJ, live on a ranch in Delaware. I don't know if they have ranch, whatever, in a big kitchen with a table, and him and the dogs sit at the table and play with each other. That's what I hope Biden gets out of this.
You know what? That's what I hope we all get out of this.
Sitting at a table with Biden's dogs.
Well, any dog, not necessarily those dogs, your own dogs, just outside,
Yeah. Maybe
dogs, not having to wear a mask or, just that. I wouldn't mind sitting with those dogs. I ain't scared of them. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I ain't scared of them either, but I mean,
how you think a dog's going to act if he keeps biting Secret Servicemen, right? They stand there with a gun. What's the dog supposed to think? He don't know who that is.
They snaking around, watching. They got, their hands about to pull something out of their pocket. A dog don't like that.
Oh. Well, if you got some bacon or something, it does.
Yeah, but the dog don't know. Is it bacon? Is it a stick? He don't know.
He smell that bacon. He knows it's coming.
I'll bet you if them dogs are confused, it's because of whatever the White House still smells like. Because you know that you can't get.
I am.
Whatever that was, it's like just a Taco Bell sack. Like if you left a bunch of fast food wrappers in your car, and also just like old man and just weird hair, skin, just your scalp, just a tortured scalp. The scent of a tortured scalp.
The dogs have extra sense of smell, and that's torture to a dog right there, having to smell any of that stuff. You combine all that, good Lord. I'd bite somebody too.
Devil brimstone.
Yeah.
I mean, the sulfurous smell of the underworld. No dog deserves to be in that White House right now. They should have given them dogs a little time. They got to repaint that place like 3 or 4 more times.
Yeah.
And it's old in there. The wood is porous. It's just absorbed all them smells. Yeah, it's hard to get. They're going to have to spray some kills or something in there. Hell.
Here's Jackie Bros are still on here talking. If you are still listening, then I'm gonna keep talking.
We appreciate everybody out there listening to us. We appreciate everybody out there who doesn't write in to tell us to shut up. We appreciate y'all.
Each and every one of you. Yes, sir.
I bought Jackie this pack of Mountain Dew Zero Sugar Baja Blast.
Zero sugar Baja Blast.
I don't think it's got no fizz in it. I'm trying to watch my figure, so it's original Taco Bell original new Mountain Dew Zero Sugar Baja Blast. And I bought this, and I just don't think it got no fizz in it. I like a Baja Blast. I think I got a defective case. I don't know if I need to take it back to the store or call fucking Instacart or whatever, but I think and I had it. I tried it months ago, Jackie. That's one of the first things I laid in here during the pandemic. So I was shit. First things first, I need to get me some of this new Mountain Dew Zero Sugar Baja Blast. And I tried a couple, and I was like, shit, this ain't got no fizz. I may have even talked about it on here. Folks, I went back to the case today, and you heard it open. That didn't sound like a fizzy, delicious, bubbling Baja Blast, the type you would get from a Taco Bell. It sounded like a shitty-ass, fizzless failure of a drink.
It was a flat.
Yeah, that's it.
Ain't got no fizz in it.
Mm-mm.
What the diet stuff? You still want to have fizz?
Yeah, that's not good. I'm not going to drink anymore. Well, I'll take one more sip. Ooh, no, good, not good.
Oh.
Remember we had a case of that bad beer? We did that for a long time. I just kept drinking it. You remember?
Yeah, made sick. Yeah,
yeah. I'm doing it again. Louis L'Amour, and we're not saying Louis L'Amour wrote the same book over and over again. I'm not saying he didn't. I don't know. I'm a young man. I wouldn't know.
He wrote a bunch of cowboy ones. Yes, some of them may be similar in that they're about cowboys, but they're different. To me, anyway, when I read them, the names is different, changes, you know.
How many times do you think you've read a book you've read before of Louis L'Amour's?
Oh, at least one of them little paperbacks, probably 72, 73 times.
We appreciate you listening to us, folks. We appreciate the ones of you who go over to our Patreon, where folks give us $5 or more per month to get to listen to the 20 Extra Minutes show with Jackie Broyles and Dunlap.
It's more of us. It's just, you get a little bit more. You know, you get this one here, and then you did $5 or more, then you get 20 more minutes of, you know, whatever it is. Usually it ain't politics. So if you like politics, it may not be your thing. But if you like TV shows from probably 1972 to 96, would you say? Is that all fit in there?
Well, I mean, we talk about Beverly Hillbillies sometimes.
They go back 50. No, we got Twilight Zone, and yeah. It goes back.
You gotta go back.
Yeah, go way back.
Go back.
Yeah.
Today, maybe we'll talk about Kojak. If you liked us talking about Monkey versus Lizard up at the top of the show, then you probably are the type of person who would enjoy an occasional 20 Extra Minutes with Jackie and Dunlap. Folks, we appreciate each and every one of you who gives us money and never listens to that show. We appreciate everybody who gives us $1 or $2. These people over there say, I just want to give these old boys a $1. I appreciate you. You don't get nothing but the satisfaction that comes from helping your fellow man.
Thank you kindly.
Thank you.
Thank you much. Yeah.
Kindly.
Flattered, yeah.
We do appreciate it. That's patreon.com/Red State Update. Today, maybe we'll do some small town news.
Small town news?
Yeah, I pulled up a news article. We were talking about it earlier, Jackie. You remember?
Oh, yeah. Okay. We talked about it yesterday where we tried it. It didn't work to do it. But, yeah, okay. Now I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah. It was.
I'll give you the title of the article. And then if you want to go join us over at patreon.com/Red State Update, feel free. Deckard Mayor, this is from the Franklin County, Tennessee, hour and a half underneath us. The Herald Chronicle, Deckard Mayor, Deckard being a town in Franklin County, Deckard Mayor under fire for bringing beer to meeting.
That's my kind of politics right there.
I guess they don't like cool mayors in Deckard. Folks, you got to watch where you bring beer to. Listen, we're not going to take up your time right now, mate. You're here for politics.
Are you going to put a link to the real story? Because the building is something to look at. The building where all this went down, the little, yeah.
I mean, why can't you have, even if it was a nice build? Look, folks, we'll put up a link over our Patreon page if you want to go read this story. We're going to talk about it over 20 extra minutes. It's, I think all politics is local. And most fights are about beer, or beer figure into them somehow.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. So that's 20 extra minutes over at our Patreon page. We've got a couple new people subscribe to us. We have people up their pledge. I see that sometimes. Maybe we don't always. So maybe sometimes I take Twitter off my phone. Maybe sometimes I don't pay attention as much as I should.
I don't know what goes on there unless he tells me.
But I will tell you, moving on to our local sponsors here, I do occasionally see and hear often. I would say more often than not, we pay attention to, because we love you. And our friend, Mike Reed.
Oh, yeah.
Sent me a message. He's a good person to follow if you like to be informed about what's going on in this terrible world of ours. He sent us a news article, Jackie.
Yeah.
It says, father claims 6-year-old son found bullet in Cheetos bag.
What?
And then I guess there was a story about a 6-year-old was eating some Cheetos and found a bullet in a bag. And then Mike Reed says, I just want to make sure you saw this. Coley family's at it again.
Well, that's funny, Mike Reed, because my sponsor today is Coley's, and it's a new delicious snack. And then more than that, it's bullets and cheese bangs. That's right, Coley's bullets and cheese bangs. You're going to get a bullet, maybe two. In every bag. That's true. So go get you some delicious, everybody needs to have, especially with the way the world is now, probably over a few years, you want to protect yourself, protect your family, got to have your bullets. You got to round all that up sometimes because you don't know what's going to happen. I keep mine in the glove compartment box in my truck, just throw it in there. I know I got bullets, and I may get peckish too. You don't know what situation. So you got ammo, you got something to snack on, you got everything you need from Coley's bullets and cheese bangs. That's BULLITZ, and not the word, the squiggly, cheese bangs, CHEEZBANGS. Bullets and cheese bangs. I tell you what, yeah, get you some and just hold on to them. Yeah, it's the same method. With the Bible in every bag, there's prisoners work. They help them get rehabilitated, ready to go back out. They go to work. They put a bullet. They make sure every prisoner get a bullet or two in every bag, and it's going to be down there waiting for you, where they sell all good snack cakes and all snacks, chips, all that stuff. So, yes, bullets and cheese bangs, help yourself.
Yeah, it used to be mostly bullets.
Well, that's true, but now they really talk to the prisoners know how to put at least half of cheese bangs as well as, bullets. But say they supposed to, they say you're definitely going to get one. That's for sure. You're definitely going to get one bullet. And I have to say probably two, but sometimes you will get a bag of, I
just remember when I was a kid, when I first come out with it, you had to really dig through them bullets to find the cheese bangs.
Well, there's different days when you was younger, different times.
I just think, I don't know if bullets cost more than cheese bangs now. I mean, I don't know how much, if they're using real cheese in this.
They're using as real as any Cheeto thing or whatever,
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, it's funny that article go around. Mike sent us that article because it just shows you everybody's trying to rip off Coley's a little bit. I mean, Coley's really at the forefront of so many things like prison labor and Christian cinema, and now bullets and cheese snacks.
Yeah.
What kind of bullets are they?
Just different caliber out there all over, mix and match, you know.
Grab bag. I got you.
Yeah. You probably, you know, people around here got a lot of different kinds of guns, you know, in Tennessee. So you going to get, you know, they're probably going to be able to use it. You know?
If it was one kind of bullet, people would be mad. Well, hell, I got a different kind of gun than that. They'd be mad. Canceled. You know, cancel culture is the bullet snack manufacturers. So that's
Coley's,
Coley's
bullets and cheese bangs. Yes, sir.
Bullets and cheese bangs. It is a crazy. I mean, you want to be able to. What if you were snacking and you got mad at somebody and wanted to go commit an atrocity and you didn't have a plastic sack with any bullets in it?
Well, I try not to get angry when I'm eating.
Keep your blood sugar up like Snickers.
Yeah, I try not to get angry. Well, you choke too. You get so mad, you get some, you know, stuck in your throat. Don't. If you're gonna get mad, either quit eating or just play. You know, don't put the two together. Is all I'm saying.
You know, Coley's clean movies. When they edit the movies down to be, they edit all the cussing out and the sex.
And then sometimes they add some stuff in to it as well.
I talked to one of them old boys down there who works on that stuff, and he said just to stay fresh, just to stay, sharp, he challenged himself to work on the Lil Nas X video.
What?
And he's cutting, so he's got to cut out a lot in that video, and he doesn't know what he's going to replace it with. But he says, "Yes, I think it may be my masterpiece." He says so.
I don't know, because we watched that last week. You showed it to me, and I know people get mad about the damn thing. To me, it looked like a Las Vegas thing or something, you know?
It did. It was just like, who's them people that do the Beatles?
Oh, that irritate the hell out of me. Beatlemania.
No, not Beatlemania. That's just impressions. Why do you hate that?
So I ain't crazy about the real Beatles, but it sounds better than that to me. Just caterwauling like they think they's all that. You just acting like somebody else. They used to make me mad. Do they still have Beatlemanias? They used to do that all the time around here. Years ago.
When did they do it all the time around there?
I remember Playhouse, you know, whatever. The baseball, you know, field or something. You know, Beatlemania's back, you know.
Oh, that's right. You used to get so mad you'd rip them posters down.
I get tired of the Beatles. You know, they were broke up and, you know, everything. They're running around everywhere. You know, to me, that's a ripoff. That's you know, either plagiarism or something. What else you call it?
That's right. Now, remember, they come in the store once. They were like late but thirsty, and they come in to get you, chased them out of there.
I'm going to say this right now, and I mean it right now. Everybody except for the Beatles look stupid when they're dressed up like in those Beatles suits. Everybody except them. Me personally, I didn't think it was hot, but you know, that's the Beatles, right? Anybody else dressed up like that, you look like a damn idiot. Even on Halloween. Even on Halloween, I see it.
You're so mad.
Well, I get sick of that. It used to come. I'm glad they don't come around here anymore. Well, COVID run them off, I guess.
That's true. COVID hit Beatlemania pretty hard.
I hit everybody hard, but yeah, that's one I don't mind about.
Jackie, I don't know, Jackie. I got a sponsor this week that I think you're going to like, but I'm not sure. I'm just not sure, Jackie. I guess I think you're right, is what I'm saying. I don't even know how to express it. Have you ever had a friend, or maybe not even a friend, just somebody that you were sort of forced to hang around with a lot, who is just always just real drunk or high?
Right.
Just always messing things up, being obnoxious, just giving you a hard time.
Yeah.
Just to the point where you could barely stand it.
Yeah.
And they had a problem.
Not going to do a damn thing about it either. Not going to do nothing. Sitting like, I like having a problem. I feel good having problems or whatever.
Just saying nonsense all the time just to really wind you up. Yeah. I think you know what I'm talking about.
I do.
Just pushing it to the limit of just things that just don't even make sense when they say it. And you're like, what am I been listening to for the past hour? Or just lying to your face. Just a big, drunk, lying asshole.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Full of it, yeah.
Yeah, just full of it. You see where I'm coming from, right?
Well, yeah, of course I do.
How do you deal with a situation like that?
You just, mostly try to ignore it. Let it get right in your face, and then you get flustered and, scream and holler. I don't know what else to do. Try to ignore it. That's the best you can do. Keep your principles. Try to keep, if nobody else going to respect you ought to respect yourself.
I just think sometimes people get toxic in there.
Right.
And they're literally toxic, I think, because he's been down in that sinkhole where he got eat up by the moonshine they have at Jim and Jim's too, that eats through the thin membrane of that bucket and then leaks to the floor and causes that sinkhole. And I think he is drunk all the time. I'm talking about Stug Roombatussin. He's been my sponsor for the past few weeks.
How is he still your sponsor, though? He's out hiding somewhere, isn't he?
Jackie, I've been talking to him some, and I just don't know. You're like, they drunk? The hell? We've been talking about this network of sinkholes that lead pathways to alternate Earths, different Murfreesboroughs.
That's one part of Godzilla, King Kong, too. Remember that? Godzilla put a hole. Now, it wasn't a sinkhole. It was a hole Godzilla made and put it all the way through the earth. And then, come out the other side of you someplace else. Yeah. That's everywhere. That's real life. That's funny movies. That's a funny book. You name it.
Spoilers. But yes, I think, Jackie, that I see something like that in a movie, I think, that's cool. And I hear about it in real life from a bunch of high teenagers, and you say they're high as hell. There's no such thing. That ain't what's been happening. Oh, well, maybe, but just maybe. And then Stug Roombatussin goes down there, and he's been in this hole that connects to all them other sinkholes that lead to alternate Earths. And he's been talking about, the cornbread man. Him and his mad scientists are going to try to lure the cornbread man, the giant cornbread man that was built by Stug Roombatussin of another Earth, that they actually brought to life somehow, this gigantic cornbread kaiju man. They were going to lead him to this Earth so that he could take his tractor back and that he could raise money to, I guess if he just takes a tractor, he wouldn't have to raise money for it, but he still won't. He says that's stealing. And I'm like, are these stories, they don't make any sense, Stug? Are you high? And then I thought, well, maybe he's been down in this sinkhole that's eat up by the moonshine, and that affected his brain. And that's when I started feeling like, well, he's drunk and high and messing with me. And I don't like to be lied to, and I hate it when obnoxious, lying, drunk assholes lie to people.
Yeah.
And make, a commotion when it'd be just as easy to have a nice, quiet evening. Something's going on down there because it's hurt his skin real bad.
That's that. What's in Jam and Jams? That's wet brain. That give you wet brain, what they call it. That's you stay drunk on that for so long, your brain don't work no more, right? And that's the fumes. That will turn your skin all different colors.
Does it? Remember that man who? What did he do? Eat a bunch of metal, or he liked the Smurfs a lot, and his skin stayed that way after Comic-Con or something?
I think so, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? He had that silver skin.
Yep, for the rest of his life, yeah.
Well, that's what Stug looks like now. He's got silver skin. Is that from the moonshine? He
silver.
Said, he's been licking the rocks. It's got to have something to do with it.
He needs help. You need to go.
He's lost everything that he ever loved. His wife, Shelley, took over the business of baking cornbread that he was making to build a giant cornbread man so he could charge people to look at it so he could buy the tractor that he won a lease on as second prize in the Tennessee 30-something Farmers Association free tractors paragraph contest, which he already went over the mileage he was allowed to drive it because he felt so free driving down the road with his phone jacked in, blasting yesterday's hits, feeling powerful, making cars line up behind him.
It's a nice tractor, yeah.
He lost the tractor, and honestly, I think he's lost Shelley to these animals because she loves these animals.
Well, she give them cornbread all the time.
Yeah, these animals love cornbread.
Well, yeah, they do. Birds, squirrels.
I could give an animal cornbread. There's something about the way Shelley makes this cornbread that makes animals love it. And I don't know how the animals get the word out because it started with what I would imagine are just some local raccoons, squirrels, deer, what have you. But animals are moose, bears, weird otters that they ain't got around here.
We ain't got no moose around here.
They're showing up somehow.
Well, you got black bears. You got bears, yeah. But
now there's a bunch of them hanging out there, just as peaceful. And she's letting them live. She's managed to make enough because she gets better and faster at making cornbread for animals because she's doing it all the time. And people do like watching her feed the animals. So her GoFundMe and her TikTok are just going crazy. And so many animals, she's managed to build enough of the cornbread man's foot, that a lot of the animals live in that foot. And she's trying to build onto it. But it's just hard because the animals want to eat that cornbread so bad.
How can they live in it if they're going to eat it? That don't make no sense in it.
Because they listen to Shelley.
They listen to the animals eating cornbread. They listen to whoever's giving them cornbread.
Yeah, they'll listen to her. They'll listen to Shelley. Folks, you listen, we've been doing this long enough on here that it's a little terrifying when somebody gets a little bit of power or the ability to control animals. But so far, Shelley the only thing she seems mad at is an unjust world where animals who want cornbread this bad haven't been able to eat it for most of their young lives. And they will love it. I mean, we talked about this. They pat their bellies. They lick their lips. It's so funny. It's just like going to see like old people at early bird dinner at Demas's. Just licking their lips and patting their stuff. They go. It's funny. And she says, yeah, do it. Make a yummy noise. And they do it. And then while they're distracted, she'll like put one cornbread up on to heighten a wall.
What?
And she's mad. She's a little mad at Stug because he's down in a sinkhole visiting alternate Earths and trying to lure a unstable, gigantic cornbread man to our world and licking rocks. Did I say that? And he's He was a conservative young farmer, all about that farm life, family, church. He would like a deacon, like maybe he wouldn't even want to be a deacon. He too much responsibility, too flashy. Maybe like a backup deacon. Well, if you're sick, I'll do it. That was Stug Roombatussin, and now he's just wearing these little shiny shorts. He shaved all the hair off his body.
Well, what's that got to do with any of it? Shaving his hair off, that don't make it.
He says now that he's the Silver Stugger and he's the herald of the Cornbread Man. And the Cornbread Man is coming and we need to warn everybody. So I'm just thinking he might be high.
That's your sponsor. He might be high.
Yes.
And he gave you $25 for that.
He gave me some rocks, and I tell you what, I've been licking them this whole show. I'm feeling pretty fucking good.
All right. Enough.